Hey, welcome back to Coffee and Candor. First of all, it was Chris's birthday.
Happy birthday,
man!
Chris.
Thank you. Even though I'm still the youngest one at this table.
Oh,
yeah, and
youngest, but I'm the youngest at heart. And
you can have it. Okay.
And yes, except for Ross, we're all July babies. So I'm glad this fucking month is over. Okay,
That's
it's
a fact.
expansive.
Yes.
And your baby is in July.
Yeah.
Mine is in the first part of August, and our anniversary.
And our anniversary is in July.
So July and August get pricey in our houses, but whatever.
Every 6 months, you got July, and then you got Christmas.
Yeah. So at least we're blessed that we have a lot of people to love, and so it's going to be a heavy one.
Ross just mouthed something, and we don't know what the fuck it was.
That's Brandy.
Yeah, that's Brandy.
Amber.
I'm Brandy. I'm Brandy. I thought you knew that since I'd been running off at the mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I see what he said because we didn't go around the thing.
Okay.
So it's Brandy, Amber. I'm Chris, and that's Ross.
If you hadn't figured that out by now, you're kind of slow, and maybe you should find another podcast. Anyway,
no, don't do that. No, it doesn't matter if you're slow or not. Just stick with us.
We don't care if you're dumb, as long as you laugh at our potty jokes. Anyway, okay, y'all, before we get into the heavy stuff, I have to tell y'all, this was really funny. So we're all sitting around, and we're getting ready to record, and Ross gets an IM, because I guess he posted, we're fixing to co-record our podcast, and somebody was like, hey, I'd like some tips and info and whatever, and my mouth hit the floor, because all I can think of
I thought you were choking.
Yeah, I did too. I was wondering what the hell is happening.
All I could think of is somebody listened to this shit show and thought, hey,
That's
maybe
a
they
good
can help me
idea.
out. I was
Hey.
like, what the fuck?
I like that dumpster fire. I'm going to start one of my own.
So I was like, well, what do you fucking know? I don't know. Anyway, I just had to get that out because I was so amazed. But anyway, it's a heavy one because it has been a shit show of a weekend. We've had two mass shootings, and then the Garlic Festival last weekend. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about
last weekend. Or
it was
the
like a
weekend
week or
before?
two.
Something like that.
It hadn't been a full 2 weeks. I know it. So yeah, we're going to talk about kind of a heavy thing because we're pissed, I guess, and so domestic terrorism, and I think we can establish right up front, terrorism is bad.
Yep.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter who does it. It doesn't matter if it's another country. If we do it, it's
I don't care
bad.
if it's domestic or foreign.
Yeah, it's all bad.
It's terrorism.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
I guess what pisses me off is when, and I've seen both sides do it. I've seen it. But when people use something like this to make their point, I think that's just so completely gross. Mm-hmm. I saw somebody going, well, I bet if he was a liberal, somebody who would have listened to him before he wouldn't have had to do that. You're right, because conservatives don't have a voice in this country, and I don't give a shit who he is. It has nothing to do with left or right. It has to do with evil and anger and hatred, and people just need to get right. Yeah.
Well, what I hate is every time something like this happens, and it's like fucking clockwork. Politicians will never let a good crisis go to waste.
No, you gotta work that.
Yeah, it's all about the angle because the left, the very first thing they scream, and it's every fucking one of them, is ban all the guns. See, no other country has this type of shit, and blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't California have some pretty damn
California has the
big
most
gun
strict
laws?
gun laws in the
does
country.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Exactly, and so does D.C.
It's not a gun problem.
No, it's a
you
people
want to
problem.
hurt people, you'll find a way, just like that motherfucker with the van. We're gonna,
Well, yeah, rented a damn van and ran down people. And
the gun is just a tool.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do, and I'm pretty peacenicky. I mean, I have some kind of hippie leanings, but I don't have a problem with guns. I don't. I mean, I come from the South. Guns are a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hunts. Everybody, and guns are not evil inherently, and guns are not the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I've got guns
You can
all
put
over.
anything into the hands of an evil person, and they will use it for evil.
Or nothing at all. How many people get beat to death in this country every year?
Well, I mean, we've seen, like we said, the van. We've seen, pipe bomb. There's If you want to do harm,
England, after they banned guns and did all of their fucking stupid socioeconomic bullshit that they did, now they have a knife problem. They banned knives.
Right. And I bet people are still getting stabbed.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Or something else is up. They're getting hit over the head with hammers.
How do they cut their steak?
I think they probably allow that.
Do they? It's a knife.
I read somewhere, and I don't know if it was England, but someplace that banned knives, and they only had butter knives.
Boy, that must
Because
take for
someone had
fucking
mentioned
ever.
Boy,
cutting,
you better slow cook that
somebody
damn
had
steak.
mentioned like cutting meat or
Wait,
something.
I don't.
And
Okay,
they were
we're going
just
to
like,
dial it back.
I don't know.
I'm confused as fuck.
This was
What do you-
years ago. I
what
don't
are you
remember.
confused about?
Well, when you said they banned knives, I assumed
They
they
banned-
banned walking around with knives on your person.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I can still have one in my home.
Okay, well, what if you buy one? How do you get it home?
Okay, well,
No, that's no, seriously,
If you've
that's
got
a
a
legitimate
receipt.
question.
you've got a receipt.
But you're still carrying an illegal weapon.
What? Put it in your bag. Just like when you're carrying liquor, you
Put
can
it in your
you can
trunk.
transport it home. You just can't be knocking it back. But anyway,
Got to be out of arm's
Yeah.
reach.
I think the point that we were getting to, though, is anything can be used to kill.
Yeah.
If you want to kill someone, you're going to find a way.
Yeah, if you've got
you
that
know,
much
it
hatred
doesn't
and-
matter if you've got a rock
Well,
or
I mean-
a pointy stick or whatever.
Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah,
bombing the Oklahoma City.
yeah, I mean,
that was diesel fuel and fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
if you
Yeah.
want to harm people, you'll find a way. It's the method. I mean, and then there's the people
You
who
know-
go, yeah, but you can hurt more people with guns than you can a knife. Well, you can also
Maybe, but when you start shooting a gun, you're identified immediately.
Right.
And I bet there was one dude that was in a club walking around, stabbed like 20 or 30 people before anybody noticed.
You know, well, I mean,
You know?
the fertilizer bomb. You can take a lot of people out like that with the van going into a crowded festival. There's so many. I mean, God, I don't sound good many ideas, but there's so many ways that you can hurt people. That,
You can't possibly ban everything that
That's why I think bans are silly.
To
Yeah.
me, honestly, I think there needs to be. We have education about not smoking. We have education about this and that. There needs to be education on this subject.
About not terrorizing.
about in the age of social media, what
in
to
the
watch
age of
for.
social media. If I see you start posting a bunch of crazy shit on Facebook, I need to report it to somebody.
Somebody that will do something.
And
at least
in
look into it.
turn, to me, granted, I don't know how the FBI is organized or what, but like Arkansas, they have a main office in Little Rock. There needs to be one or two people that's their job.
Well, and
when
I
a
already
call
know-
comes
Well,
in
the
reporting something like that.
The FBI has that too. And you
But
know,
do they
do.
have?
Clearly
but I'm
not doing
talking.
anything.
I mean, you need to restructure that so that when that call comes
Yeah,
in,
they
it gets
have-
investigated immediately.
Well, they have a cyber unit. They have multiple terrorist units, and they have
But what I'm
algorithms
saying though
that
is
go in
every office
and
should have
read
one
all
or
the
two
pages.
people
Yeah,
to go out
but
there and
they're
do the
obviously not acting.
Yeah, they're not-
these
it's not working.
We've seen several times where these people have posted shit. the day
posted a
before.
manifesto, posted this. Don't you know?
I understand what y'all are saying. Here's the problem, and I think mass shootings are just as bad as the next person.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You can't preemptively
I understand.
take someone down. Then you're getting into a minority.
McCarthyism shit.
Yeah, you're getting into the
Okay.
Minority Report where
And I'm
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I
do.
mean? I mean, because not only that, now you're talking about a violation of their First Amendment right on several levels.
You know what? If they're fixing to shoot a bunch of people or blow a bunch of shit up, fuck their First Amendment rights.
That's a problem, though.
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't
a slippery
care.
fucking slope, babe. You can't.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah,
gun.
well-
but okay.
Because if they can take that away on a hunch or on an idea, what other
And
other
I'm
thing
not
can they take
saying-
away?
Okay.
Because
let's say
hold on,
you're.
let me finish though. It's not just the First Amendment right, and it's several of those First Amendment rights: free speech, freedom of press, all of that. It's also the Fourth Amendment, unlawful search and seizure. If they don't have a reason to go search and seize your shit other than you
But if you
exercising your First Amendment right,
Okay.
But if you're-
now you're looking at two constitutional amendments
Okay,
that
but
have
it's
been
just like
violated.
you're not allowed to. We're going to the movies in a little while. You couldn't stand up at that movie and scream fire.
Right,
Bomb.
that's not protected speech.
Okay,
Right, but neither
if
is
that's
saying
what they're
I'm going
doing
to.
online,
Don't be at the El Paso
that should
Walmart
be
because I'm going to blow
protected
that
speech.
motherfucker up. That's
Yeah.
If all right, there is certainly speech that is not protected, and making terroristic threats
and
like
that's
that.
what I'm
he's
talking
talking
about.
That is a different thing.
Because you see a lot of the like Timothy McVeigh. No, he didn't.
Well, there wasn't social media back then.
But these people that have done these mass shootings, they've posted their manifesto a week, 3 days, 2 days, whatever, before they've done whatever act they've done.
Right.
People have seen it and just
So many people are dumbasses. You just assume he's just another garden variety dumbass, and sometimes he's not.
Well, like I said, there needs to be education out there saying, "Hey,
and I see both sides,
if we're going to stop this, this is what we're going to have to do."
Yeah,
and the other thing is, okay, let's say you're posting a manifesto, you're putting hate speech up and everything else.
Leave my shit alone. It's been sitting there.
Yeah,
and you get reported. I'm not saying come over here, kick your door in, and haul you out. What I'm saying is there needs to be, when that call comes in to the FBI office in Little Rock, okay, immediately, I'm talking, you get somebody on social media. What the hell's this guy talking about? What's he talked about in the last 6 months?
Yeah, is this like?
Could this possibly be legit, or is this just some dipshit?
Right. Like, remember that?
And then,
But how long would that take? Like, if they're planning on doing something the next day?
Well, at this point, Amber, nobody's doing a damn thing. So any little bit's going to help.
Remember that
and
guy?
the thing is, and at that point, somebody looks at what he's posted in the past. And everything
is this
else.
out of character?
We might want to go knock on this guy's door and just see what
is he spiraling?
See what her
remember that
our impression of him is. That's what I'm talking about.
A couple of I sent it through our private chat group where that guy, and he was like in real time. Just falling the fuck apart with the bad tattoo. It was infected, something like that. I mean, like, I could see him going out and like doing some shit because he was just. You could see him just falling apart in real time. It was just sad and gross and people were trying to do something.
Was he talking about hurting other people?
No, he was talking about hurting himself. Okay. But I'm just using him because it was all public. I mean, people were concerned, like people that knew him.
And then you had fucking idiots on there saying, "Well, just go ahead and kill yourself."
Yeah, because that's helpful.
Not the Garlic Festival, but the one out in California here several years back. The couple.
There's just too many.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? They went to the business and shot it up.
They went to the fucking post office.
They had posted crap all over.
And had been
posting crap, and it's like nobody figured out. Hey, this guy might be a little off. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Educate the public.
Because I actually had somebody because I said something about it because one of my friends made if he was a liberal somebody, and I just lost my shit, and I was like. No, I don't really think that's the root of the problem. I think you go and us and them is part of the problem, but whatever. Somebody came back and said, okay, well, Brandy, like sometimes I see people and I think I said, well, then I think you gotta say something because if you don't, first of all, I couldn't live with that. If I saw it and my hunch was like, there's something, and then a bunch of people.
To me, that's like the person that posted online a comment that sounded like they were going to commit suicide, and people reported it, and then they
tried to save the stupid bitch's life.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yet again, if you're taking that situation in relation to this, then if somebody checks that out on social media immediately and goes, oh, wait a minute, this person has a crisis every weekend.
I mean,
but maybe this isn't legit. But that's stretching that a little bit. But you kind of get where I'm coming from.
Well, but like with what that woman said, that's a very slippery slope too, because maybe she is. Oh, how do I say this without sounding like I'm being hypocritical? Well, I can't. Maybe she's just fucking racist, and every brown person she sees, she has that feeling about.
Well, and it could be. I mean, because let's face it, that exists. All these people exist. There are people that cannot see beyond color and race and sexuality, and then there are people that are generally just good people. It's like anything else. You can't cover all your bases.
Yeah.
You either have to go a middle road where you try, and I think that's what Ross is saying is we've got to try something without
what we're doing is not working. So what, are we just going to sit here on our hands?
Well, we could just sit and fight about guns for the next 30 years
exactly.
and never realize that's not the fucking problem.
Well, what they do is one side will scream, "We got to ban everything," and the other